Hi everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. In this episode, I just want to share a couple of quick news and update items with you, open 2 boxes from 2 different viewers, and share with you the winners of our viewer vote for this season. In our past fundraiser, at a certain level, you could donate, and then you'd be able to vote on a couple of games that we would feature this season. So we have the results of that. We're going to share it. But first, I did want to mention, lately I've been shooting a lot of filler and side project videos since wrapping up our Legacy playthrough. The reason I've been doing that is because, well, the next game we were going to feature, I've been waiting for it to arrive. And I thought it was going to arrive last week, so I didn't want to start on anything. And then there was a slight delay. So now I think I will probably end up featuring a different game, but something small and quick that I can do while I wait for this other one to arrive. Also, my kids have been in recitals, both for piano and for singing. They've been competing all week. That's finally wrapped up. So this has just given me an opportunity to work on some of these smaller projects rather than throw myself into something bigger, but pretty soon we'll be back on track, and I appreciate your patience. One little side project I was involved in is that I was a guest on the Happy Mitten podcast. Episode 31, I believe. I'm recording this on a Sunday, and the episode's supposed to release the next Monday, so tomorrow, but of course it all depends on when you're watching this video. Anyway, I was invited on to talk a little bit about the channel and how we run it and how I kind of make a effort to make a living at it and some of the challenges involved there. So if you're interested, then that's something you might want to check out. It's a very good podcast. They have had a variety of very interesting guests on, certainly ones more interesting than myself, different publishers, distributors, and they are very interested in the whole process of publishing games because they are working on doing that themselves. And they'll probably be using Kickstarter, I believe. And so you'll be able to listen not only to these different people talk about it from their experience, but also the host will be sharing from their experience, their efforts in trying to Kickstarter games successfully. So if you think that might interest you, I'd recommend you check out their podcast. Speaking of Kickstarter, there's one on right now by Victory Point Games called I Say, Holmes. The reason I bring this up is not because I'm being paid to advertise for their Kickstarter, but because there's a connection to another game of theirs that we featured in a previous video. In our Come and Play Day episodes for last year, we talked about Tenka. And if this is a game that interested you, I wanted to let you know they actually have a Shogun edition of this, which is being bundled with I Say Holmes. You have to say it with an accent when you say that title, obviously, at a certain level. If you want to get the I Say Holmes and Tenka, the Shogun edition, you can do that. I wasn't aware that they were releasing a new version of this, so I thought this might be of interest to you as well. I believe they're also going to be releasing the Shogun edition separately later on, but if you want to get it in your hands a little earlier, the Kickstarter would probably be the way to do that. So I'll put a link in the description of this video if you're interested. Okay. Now it's time to talk about the games that won the viewer vote. I have to say, well, first of all, every game that we put up on the list got votes. But between Sentinels of the Multiverse and Season, it was blow by blow. Those games were just always just a few votes ahead of each other right down to the very end until, remember, there's 2 different categories, sort of a light games and medium games. So Seasons fell in that medium game, so did Sentinels. The game that won, I got the most votes, was Seasons by a small margin. But you know, I'm pleased. Both games would have been fine to feature, but Seasons was also in the viewer vote last year, and it got beat out just marginally by Descent. And so it's kind of nice that Seasons had a chance to come back, since it was obviously very popular last year, and once again proved popular this year. So maybe Sentinels of the Multiverse at a future time, we'll see, but Seasons is going to be featured. The other category we had was the lighter games, and amongst those, the one that got the most votes was Boss Monster. I think the second closest, I'm going by memory here, but I think it was Roll Through the Ages, was the one second in line. And I think I just showed you the box upside down. So here it is, right side up. Now, I'm not exactly sure when these will appear in our shooting schedule. We've got a few things already lined up, but when I have an opening, now I have a couple of games I know I can fit in. So thanks again for supporting our series through the fundraiser and for voting on the viewer vote, and hopefully you're pleased with the results. Unfortunately, of course, we can't feature every game that people would like to see, but hopefully over time we'll get to some more of those as well. And look who it is!
Luke Smith.
That's right. You've joined us. Why are you here?
To unbox a box.
That's right.
Or 2.
Or 2. 2 boxes indeed. This first one comes to us from Corey Melton. I know what's inside because Corey and I were talking back and forth about a particular game, and he had something that goes with it that he wanted to send along to us, which was very nice. Luke, go ahead, open it up. Let's see what's inside. Can you get in there? We opened it up a little bit to make it easier. All right. Oh,
Newspaper.
just like our last unboxing. We've got
Is
some
there
more
a sale here?
sales and deals from other places in the world. Well, I've got some mini eggs, Cadbury mini eggs.
Assorted bulbs.
All right, well,
yeah,
we
okay.
don't want to see that. What do we want to see? What's in here?
Ooh.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
This is Adventure 5. We were talking about Pathfinder because I have been working my way through the adventures. We featured this game in another Come and Play video from last year. The game wasn't even out at the time, so that was pretty exciting to have an opportunity to get an early look at it. And me and my friend Pep have been working through the adventures. You have played a few times with me as well, right? I did die once, and depending on how hardcore you are, you might just pick up a character and continue on. But no, I went back to the beginning, played through on my own solo without Pep until I caught up to where he was, and then we kept going.
I helped.
You did help, actually. You joined me for some of those early games as I was catching up. And then I found out that the reason why I had died is because I hadn't read the FAQ and errata carefully enough to find out that I could have done what I didn't think I could do, so I didn't need to die.
Okay.
But I got lots of experience in the game, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks again, Corey. I really appreciate you sending this along. Corey had an extra copy, and this was very thoughtful. Now, before we get to this next box, Luke, I was telling everyone that you were in some recitals this past week.
Yes.
There was singing, there was piano. What were you doing, singing?
No.
No, you were in
Piano.
the... Yeah, Andrew was doing the singing. And you did pretty good. What were the medals? You got 3 different awards. What were they?
Silver, silver, and silver.
Very consistent, and a great job you did. Let's open up this one. This one came to us from Josh Peacock, who's been watching our series for about 6 months. It's been helping his friends, he said, get back into board gaming. That's very nice to hear. And really what I hope that the channel can be used for. If it's helping people get into the games, that's great. And what he did is he went to our wish list on Board Game Geek, found a couple of things there, and sent them along. So I'm not really sure what these are exactly. You're working very hard. What have we... Oh man, this is too much.
What's this?
This is too much. This is 2 games. Josh, that was very kind. 1775. This is an Academy Games game. I've been very interested in playing. 1812 was also released in the same family. I heard some good things about 1775 that made me think that this one might be a slightly better fit for playing with my gaming group, so I was very interested in checking it, see what the changes were. Thanks, Josh. That's really nice. And we also have in here a second game.
He has a little note.
That's a note. Oh, look at that. There's a little note here. It's a receipt from Amazon, but it also includes a note. Your show is what got me back into board gaming, and to show my appreciation, here's a couple of games from your wish list. Have fun. I'm going to have fun with this. The second game here, Josh and everyone, is Russian Railroads. I've been hearing lots of great things. What put me over the top on this was hearing my friends over at the Secret Cabal Gaming podcast talk about it. I really wanted to check it out then, and now I'm going to have that opportunity, and you too, if I let you play with me. We'll see. So obviously, I really appreciate these gifts. Thank you very much, Josh and Corey, for sending them along. I don't take tokens of appreciation like this for granted at all. It's really nice to be able to add new games to our collection. I'm a gamer, of course, I love getting games, but it's really nice that this cardboard and wood and plastic is connected in some way to Watch It Played and what we've done and the connection that you felt with it. That's really special. But listen, whether it's receiving games or people subscribing to the channel or leaving their comments, participating in our contests, letting people know about our show, whatever it is that you're doing to be a part of Watch It Played, know that we really appreciate that because it helps us be able to keep doing what we're doing, and it's very satisfying. I really appreciate that. So listen, I think we should probably leave things off here. Until the next episode,
Thanks for watching.